Open borders, free Palestine and refugees are welcome here are often the cry from the lovey lefty liberals. But surely the time has now come when these people must understand that they are not supporting people who share their same naive liberal views and values. And in most cases, they are supporting people with views that are simply not compatible with civilised Western values and society. And that can never end well for any one of us. Now look, of course, not all asylum seekers are bad people, but the horrific impact of the significant and dangerous minority is having an absolutely devastating effect on our country, and in particular, more worryingly, our women and our children. And we can be assured, make no mistake, that these people, these useful idiots who support open borders and things like Queers for Palestine, etc., well, they're going to be among the first victims of the very people they're supporting when the time's right. They are being used, they're being laughed at, and I'm just amazed that they fail to see it. This country has completely lost control of its borders, and our Prime Minister has completely lost the plot. Imagine a leader that labels everyone who took to the streets after being outraged at the murder of 3 beautiful young children at a Taylor Swift dance class as being far-right racist. That statement alone simply begged belief. How out of touch could a man be? Never before has a Prime Minister lost the next general election after just one short statement. The truth is, this and previous governments have completely lost control of the migrant situation, and their only answer has been to threaten and try and intimidate anyone who wants to question it or who won't consent to its absolute insanity. The cold, harsh reality is this: we have imported the complex issues of the third world. We have imported the politics of the Middle East. We have imported their problems. We have imported their hatred, and we have imported their divisive, disruptive, sectarian and violent beliefs. And all of this has been imported despite us voting to stop it. And when someone like me points out the bleeding obvious, they'll label you as far right or whatever else they choose to come up with. But you know what? I think that the vast majority of us now are just past caring. Our votes and the will of the people has been just pushed to one side by those who think they know better, because they don't have to live amongst it, do they? It's not their sons and daughters. It's not their grandchildren who are at risk. Their kids ain't sitting next to a geezer in a classroom with a beard, with an unknown past, pretending to be a child. It doesn't affect them, does it? These things that have been forcibly imposed upon us has to be the biggest betrayal ever inflicted upon our people. They've managed to succeed where Hitler failed: the invasion of our country by people who seek to destroy it, all horrifically facilitated by traitors that I'm ashamed to say were born and bred here and who should have known better. But it's not all bad news. The British people are finally waking up. But we have a lot of work to do. We have a big job ahead of us. And our job now is to speak out, stop being afraid, speak up, and educate our friends, our families, our neighbours at every single opportunity. Our job is to ensure that our schools aren't allowed to get away with their woke, anti-British teachings without being questioned and challenged. And we should start to boycott businesses that promote woke, anti-British values, like the Nottingham Building Society, who recently dropped Robin Hood from its logo because apparently it's not inclusive enough. Go woke, go broke must be the message. And I think it's fair to ask all of those that come here and that we welcome here what they can do for us before they demand what we can do for them. They must earn our respect and learn to respect us and our culture before they can expect us to respect them and theirs. I think that's fair enough.